Also, fair warning, if he uses anything that lets him see magic, he will see the cube.
Okay. Even if it's in a bag?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
because
you can see through certain amounts.
You can see through, and also he can see the barrier itself.
Is it see magic? Is it a spell or an ability?
It's detect magic, but there are also magical items that let you do it. But it is, if it's a spell, it's a concentration spell.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, which means we can just bonk him and see if he can bloody well stop concentrating.
I mean, it all depends on basically how suspicious he is about this. Like, if he thinks something's amiss, he might come way more prepared than if he's like, oh, sweet, new gear, like, let's go.
Well, we can always use pass without a trace, conceal ourselves to some degree, and then see if we can get an invisibility potion. Once the meeting starts taking place, then we can see if he's comfortable enough to start talking to Gellin without doing anything.
That seems wise, I think.
Okay.
Gellin is like...
We'll need to keep our distance. Although you seem to have a few objections, Gellin.
Well, I mean, I don't actually have anything to give to him. I mean, I just set this meeting up as a ruse for you guys to get him out of the tower. But I can only keep him busy for so long.
We won't need long. Can't you, maybe, I don't know, what do you normally transfer his goods in?
Although, it would also put Gellin at risk, and he could be used as a hostage against us.
I mean, is that a risk you're willing to take, Gellin?
He sighs and he says, well, I really hope, again, I really hope it's not gonna come to that, but I don't think he's going to attack me.
I'm not sure if it's a risk I would be willing to take.
Well, I don't think there's any other option. Either we do this or we don't. Unless you can think of some other one.
When our wizard friend normally comes to this meeting place, does he look for you first? Or would he be willing to arrive by himself?
Oh no, he comes by himself. We just usually meet up there.
Yes, but if you aren't there, would he still arrive?
Well, he wouldn't know that I'm not there, would he? But I would very much prefer to be there.
I'm going to insight that one. I can remember how to roll.
Stelgeg, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah, Stelgeg, what's up?
I got nothing. We just have the, chop chop.
The chop
That's
chop.
always an option.
What are you trying to insight? Sorry.
Just trying to sort of figure out what his motive behind wanting to be there is.
Well, his motive mostly because of the conversations you've had with him. He isn't entirely sure that Kaladek is actually involved with the cult, and he basically wants to hear the conversation himself. He wants to know what exactly is going on. Like, he's doing this for you guys because you warned him about the Kraken, but he's not very happy with basically luring out and putting his business partner and friends into possible danger because you guys are complete maniacs. So he sort of wants to be there to just keep an eye on the situation and maybe try and calm things down if he can and keep things civil.
Perhaps.
But,
oh, sorry. Yep.
But you don't get the feeling that he's like planning anything against you guys specifically.
Perhaps the better approach is maybe one of us should be with Galen and try to keep things civil before making use of the cube or anything else.
I can tell you right now that cannot be me. That wizard hates me with a burning passion. With good reason, of course.
I might be able to do it. I don't think I annoyed him too much in the tower.
I don't think.
The only dilemma is he's coming out there to purchase goods, so why am I there, according to him?
Well, I guess that is where the potion. Yes.
That's assuming that he hasn't, I don't know, how paranoid is he? Would he be making use of spells that detect magic or see invisibility or whatnot?
I mean, I assume he would be a little bit paranoid because it's not like his regular time to be collecting his components, yes?
It's on one hand, it's basically out of the usual schedule where he gets his stuff, but that alone isn't necessarily strange because sometimes, you know, Galen just gets things and he's like, oh shit, that is awesome, do you want that? But also it is still the same day where you guys have been trying to get a lot of information about the cult out of him and sort of also openly doubting his words. So... and now he suddenly... it depends, it really depends. Like... but he is a wizard. They are always paranoid. And there is a good chance that he would probably have something to help him see at least magic.
Plus, he is leaving his tower.
He is leaving his tower,
Tuesday.
which he barely ever does. Like, he does not like leaving his tower.
I mean, the only other suggestion I could think of was trying to find a way into his tower while he's out, but I don't think that's going to be easy.
We have something we could actually trade with him.
Your life? Me?
No, something you would actually be interested in.
You still have this dress.
Is there anything particularly unique about this dress?
Just
Don't
precious
wore it
memory.
once.
That doesn't sound overly useful.
It was at the time.
Fair
Was
enough.
it?
Yes.
I'm... So do we have anything that he might actually find of use?
Let me know. Does anyone have anything that a wizard would like in their contents?
And
A cloak of
it
elven
doesn't
kind?
need to be... It doesn't need to be a magical item, necessarily. It could be knowledge, or it could be ingredients, a tome.
How about the disc?
How about an amulet?
Smack people with it. Oh.
Is that the disc or an alchemy jug? And I don't think he needs an alchemy.
How about some money?
He would love money.
He'd
but
love
you,
money,
sir,
but there's...
are broke.
There's also no reason that we couldn't have just delivered him money in the tower itself.
Yes.
Just pay him.
I recounted, I have 155 gold.
And I think you owe like 200 or 300 to the ranger.
I believe so.
I like that number, yeah, let's say that.
Is it
Okay.
worth
500?
gambling the disc?
Do you think we could make a, No, he'd be out of sense if it was fake, wouldn't he?
No, so.
Well, he would
But
be
actually, no, because we put the fake disc inside the chest conceals it whether or not it's magic. We'd have to open it up before he finds out that it's fake. Which would
It
give us
would
enough
be-
time to actually use the barrier.
It would also be interesting to see his reaction to the disc.
Maybe Galen could show him the disc?
I think it would be best if one of us were retaining it.
But do you mean the real?
Well, do we have means to make a facsimile of it.
Well, just to kind of, keep him there for a little longer.
No, but do we have a means to actually create a duplicate?
Oh, well. No, I don't think so. I'm sure someone in town might know how.
The other option is we can simply tell him about the disc, rather than actually bring it there. And say that it is... I mean, after all, it is such an item of value that we would not logically be bringing it there, but rather we would rather discuss about it there.
I like where this is going. I feel as if he was interested in this disc, he would certainly come out. And that way we wouldn't have to conceal ourselves. It would just be an honest face-to-face conversation.
Precisely.
But whether or not he buys it is a different thing. Gellin, is there any way you could sway him?
Sway him to do what?
To coming to have a chat about the disc with us?
Well, that's what we're doing there.
That's what the message was for, wasn't it? He already agreed to meet me there at the usual time.
Okay, so it's too late to tell him that we have the disc. I just thought maybe it would have been better to have told him prior. That's right, never mind.
What I'm proposing is that the meeting is to discuss the disc with him, without actually bringing the disc there.
Okay.
Which would be, reasonable.
Yes. My only issue is where do we leave the disc? We can't certainly leave it at the temple.
No.
And no offense, Gellin, but I don't think we can leave it here either.
I don't want anything to do with that thing.
Sam, is there anything at your house that we can do?
He has a cellar. You muted.
Oh, yeah, I do have the cellar we can definitely use.
Make
think
Sam have to
given-
take fish and put it in the fish.
Yeah, I think that might be a good option. No one really knows of Sam or his cellar. So, except, a couple of people. One being in the marshes, and one we haven't really seen in town yet.
Did you ever bring Ned down there?
I believe so. Or was he in the
Yes.
wardrobe? I can't remember.
Either way.
He's
I've
been everywhere.
I lose count of how many places we put him.
He's been at
Okay.
Merlel's place, he's been in the wardrobe, he's been in the cellar, he's been on the bed. He's been in too many places.
Is everyone for this plan then?
I'm just concerned about leaving it out of sight of one of us. What if one of us is followed back to Sam's house?
I mean, the only issue is I feel that if it does escalate, that you might need all of us there with the wizard.
Let's just keep the amulet, because we're badass and we're not gonna fail, alright? How does that sound?
I mean,
I can-
currently the amulet is in the box in someone's bag of holding, I think.
Yes.
So he would have to go to town on all of us to actually obtain the amulet from us, so perhaps the safest place is on our persons. We don't need to actually show it to him.
Yeah, you don't need to tell him that you have it.
Yes.
Or where you have it.
I'm for this.
Seems the best way to actually get him to have a conversation with us.
Okay. Sorry, Stalker.
Right?
Oh, it's fine. Things will go bad, and then the chop begins.
Look, I can't promise things will escalate, but they probably will.
Oh, I know they will.
Well, Rathar, are you feeling confident enough to maybe take the lead for this one? He seems to like you. I feel like I might just pinch a few too many nerves.
Well, that's what happens when you break into a wizard's home.
Hey, I did not break into their home, thank you very much.
Oh, this seems to be the best course of action then.
Alright. Galen nods and he says, well, the meeting is gonna take place 2 hours after sundown, which is 4 hours from now. Do you wanna accompany me there? Shall we meet up there? I'll be there a bit earlier as always.
I believe we need to attune to the cube before we arrive, so perhaps we do that and then meet you early.
Alright, sounds good.
Who wishes to attune to it?
I would assume whoever is going to get close, which was going to be you, because you're going to be doing the conversation. Conversation? What?
Either myself or Stolgeg, I suppose.
I don't think I trust Stolgig inside of that cube.
That's fair.
I look at Stolgig, I love you, man, but by golly, you've got a fucking anger inside of you.
I am hankering for a fight.
He's like, I got this new axe, I wanna fucking use it already!
If he dropped the axe and he had no axe, I feel like he would just gnaw his way through bones if he could.
Fair enough, alright, I'll attune to the cube. It's an action to activate, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep, cool.
Oh yeah. Alright, so...
Let me choose.
One moment.
The way. Where is Boris at the moment? Because I missed last session.
You are currently...
I can be in the chapel. Like in a temple. I can be in
Yep.
the temple or Sam's house.
I was about to say, you checked on the temple, made sure everything was fine. While the others, you know where they went. You can catch up to them anytime you
Alright.
want to.
Now, Rathar, would you like us standing with you? Oh. Rathar, would you like us standing with you while you start to have this conversation, or would you like us to be concealed?
Perhaps concealed might be the best approach. He may be... As he doesn't know me as well as the rest of you, he might be a bit more willing to talk to me. And less likely to scamper off. Or load himself up with all sorts of spells to kill us.
Glorious! I mean, yes. Well, okay. I can help us in that matter. Shall we then?
Yep, one
And
second.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh,
Ooh,
Hey.
I
very
have a
nice.
cube of force.
Nice.
How does this work?
Yeah, it doesn't let you actually, it's just so you can read it properly.
Oh, cool. So, I see. So it's in that menu listy thing that has things.
Yes.
Cool.
It's just, I copy-pasted it from 5e Tools real quick.
Yeah.
And it says spell effects, but this one does spells in general, so not just spell effects.
Yep.
Because otherwise it would be like, for example, he could still do mind reading or something.
Ah, yep.
but in this case, it's teleportation and everything.
Yep.
Which is why it was a bit more expensive than it usually would have been.
How much was it?
I totally remember.
We
I
ended
wrote
up
it down.
loaning it from her, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she gave it for you guys basically for free for a day.
Because she had us marked.
And also, she's a keen interest in evil old gods not, being summoned.
Which is nice.
She's not too excited about that idea. Yep.
I wonder
Alright.
if you get Miss
I imagine his imp will be about. If not with him directly, certainly snooping around.
That is a reasonable assumption to make.
Good. We can use him.
Assuming he hasn't betrayed us already.
Assuming that, yes.
Well, you get to smite him finally then.
You were rather friendly last time, you know? Didn't use holy fire against him. He did appreciate that.
There's still time. Patience is a
jeez.
virtue.
Oh, jeez. Alright, anything else you guys want to do? Anything else you need to do?
I don't think so.
I need to try to remember the details of the conversation we had with the wizard last time so I don't stuff this one up.
I'm going to just start drinking a whole bunch because this could get
Yes.
nasty.
That is a good idea.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna show you the map. So you can choose where you wish to be positioned.
Also, let's all roll some stealth. Yeah.
Boop.
-1.
Hell yeah. Just add 10 to it. Also, I think you're messaging yourself. Oh,
I'm not stealthing.
Yeah, sorry. Boris.
I'm not no, I'm not messaging to myself. I just reading the description. I got for some reason no proficiency in stealth while while having the boots and cloak of Elvenkind. Just had to double check if I got it right.
All good.
Right.
Can you all
Gallant.
see?
Oh, why
Yes.
Bad.
why disadvantage?
Probably because of your
I've
armor.
got heavy
I'm
armor.
Heavy armor?
Yeah, but that's why I'm wearing boots and cloak of Elvenkind.
Well, then you're gonna need to get rid of that disadvantage. You rolled a 6 anyway, so it's the same roll.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Alright, so this is the lighthouse where he's gonna meet. Where do you
I don't think
guys...
it's displaying correctly on mine.
Is it not?
No, because I can see the stream and everyone can see everything, but for me it's just like all darkness.
Yeah, the stream is just what I can see.
I can see everything fine.
Okay. Yeah, I've only got like these random splatters of light. I wonder if it's my
Hang
browser.
on. Nope, nope, nope. It's not your browser.
Okay, cool. Ah, there we go. Things exist.
Not your browser.
Ah.
Am I supposed to only
Just-
see myself?
Yeah, but it's just your DM who screwed up. I'm sorry.
You had 3 weeks to prepare. This is how you do it.
I'm gonna stand with you, Strongig.
I'm gonna fireball you. Alright, does everyone see?
Yes.
Yes.
But
I've seen too much, really.
Not enough.
alright.
Blood, you can probably remove your stealth disadvantage on the armor piece itself if you.
I did. Yeah, I just did it. I fixed it. Let me check if it works now. Tells +2. Yep. Yep. It works.
Bruh.
Fine.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, you all have a +10 because of Pass Without Trace.
Ah, okay.
Right. Galen is going to wait by the boat, because that's how they always do it.
Would I be waiting with him?
If you want to, yes.
We'll hide here.
I would presume I would be.
I want to hide elsewhere.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Good idea.
All the dynamic lighting. That's cool.
Yep.
Alright. Anything else you want to do beforehand?
What exactly did we discuss when we were in the tower again? I'm just trying to remember. Because we talked about the cults and that's why I was there. And he was like, oh, there's no such thing as the cults. It's all silly nonsense, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they are just a bunch of,
Yeah.
insane people who think, ooh, they can wave around something and summon some gods.
Yeah. Did we
But
talk
you-
about, like, the vessel and stuff with him? Or...
I think you did.
I believe so, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Should we use Zone of Truth?
I
I
can
would
do
have.
that.
You might see it, but
Well, if it...
I can do a Zone of Truth. It's always a prepared spell for me.
Fucking paladins.
I like honesty.
I'm surprised you haven't used that on me yet.
I like to give people a chance.
We are
Fair enough. Alright. Unless there's anything else you guys need to do,
I am prepared and ready.
you... Alright. Why is this a thing? Okay. Alright. There we go. You guys hide and wait. Galen and Brothar, you just stand over there, have a little chat. And after a while, very, very punctual, exactly 2 hours after sundown, you hear someone arrive. And it's the wizard.
Oh.
And he sees you two, and he hesitates when he sees Brothar. But then he just walks over. And he looks at you and he says, well, you're not someone I expected to see again.
No, I didn't imagine so.
He looks at Galen, and Galen says, he's the one who has the item. And Kaladek looks at you, crosses his arms, and he says, well, Galen told me you have something very, very interesting, but he wouldn't go into detail what it is. Do tell. And also tell me why you couldn't have just come to my tower. Why you had to get Galen to arrange a meeting out here. I mean, you know where I live. If you want to sell it, you could have just brought it.
Somewhat more complicated than that. We spoke of the cults. And I have something that... Well, I personally am not holding it right now. I'm not a fool of that nature. Although there's probably plenty of argument for other reasons for me to be a fool. But of these cults and their little desire, one of the components they require is a certain medallion. A medallion that was split in twain. Does this sound familiar?
He just shrugs, shakes his head. No, but that's usually how these things work.
Insight check.
Some or another thingamajig.
Ooh, nice.
Jesus, excuse me?